is Eileen. Sorry.
Almost here.
I think we are okay.
Yeah.
We have one, two.
Three,
We're
four,
okay.
this is one, there's four of us here.
Thank goodness, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect. Make it.
Good question, though. She's not picking up. She just, no, she's not.
She's driving, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. But we'll start. Okay.
I can take notes till she
Do you
gets here.
mind?
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. I'd like to call to order the March meeting of the Harwich Accessibility Rights Committee. And the first thing we're going to do is to approve the minutes, and then we'll get on with new business. So do I have anyone who would
Yes.
like to call the minutes? Okay. and-
Second?
Very good. So I'll call it and you'll second.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
However you want to do it.
Okay. I know I sent all of you an email. We have been asked to introduce ourselves so that those who are watching on TV will know who we are, whether it's by our voice or by our face. So I'm going to begin that by saying, I'm Mary Ann Campagna, and I'm chair of the committee.
I'm Donald McCaskill.
Donna Richardson.
Alexa Page, a member.
Okay?
And I'm Eric Beebe, just a guest.
Thank you.
Larry Valentine, I'm the selectman's liaison.
Thank you. And the next thing I would like to do is introduce Alexa Page. She's brand new with us today. I am delighted that you've decided to join our committee. And Alexa lives in Harwich. She's a graduate of Cape Cod Community College, and she would like to be part of us. And she works for CORD.
All right.
So thank you, Alexa, and welcome. Thank you.
Welcome.
There's something very difficult that I need to share with all of you. I want to really thank Don McGaskill, who looked into this. For quite a few months, we have not had Steve Duffy with us. And Don reached out and has found out that Steve has died. So I just would like to take a short second and bow our heads in memory of Steve. Thank you. I appreciate it. We have Eric Beebe here today from the Recreation Department, and we have questions for him, and I have worked with Eric a little bit, and you are fantastic. So thank you. You get right back to me. And our big, I know members of the committee will have questions, but Sean Libby met with us.
Yep.
And one of the recommendations that he talked to us about were those darn Moby mats,
Yep.
which I know never
Sure.
came in, or I don't know if they ever came in. So that's how I'd like to start,
Sure.
a list of Moby mat location recommendations.
Yep.
So where are we with Moby mats?
So, yeah, so Moby mats, last year they were on back order, which was an issue. We did have the one at Red River Beach to extend out. It was the last entrance to Red River Beach, the last over on the east end. So we had one there.
So what lifeguard chair number would have been?
5.
5, okay.
Yep, on stand 5. So, since then, we have ordered, and we should have them for this season, Moby mats for the rest of all of Red River, and then we also ordered 4 more for other beaches. depending on-
If I can interrupt, what are
Sure.
Moby mats exactly?
Moby mats are, so they're like a synthetic mat that you can roll out. You nail them in, and they're good for the summer. So they're accessible for wheelchairs.
Okay.
You know, it just extends the boardwalks, basically. So we put them out for the summer. But we have on order enough for the rest of Red River and 3 more to extend wherever, you know, you see fit and we see fit, and, you know, everybody,
Okay.
we can work together and figure out where those can go.
Okay,
In addition to that, we got some extra Moby mat area so that we can, some of the beaches, like say Pleasant Road Beach, we can extend it a little bit and put a little bit on the side. So there's like a, you know, if you were in a wheelchair, you could come out, you could get closer to the water
Yeah,
and come out to the side, there's kind of a sitting area.
that's great.
So that's what we're planning on doing. We've ordered all those, they should be in by the summer season.
I hope.
Yeah, there's no back order this year, so everything should be in.
Okay.
And the other positive is, so one of the other things was, all our boardwalks, as well as the Moby mats, the issue was every day, like the sand.
Thank you, because
Constantly.
that's just what I was gonna
Yep.
talk to you about.
Sand would constantly cover it up. We didn't have a ton of staff to sweep it, and it would just be an endless thing. So we ordered 2 leaf blowers, believe it or
Okay,
not.
That's right.
So we do have a staff this year that's gonna go around, the beach monitor, and he's gonna go beach to beach every morning and blow off Moby mats
Every day.
every day.
Yes.
Yep.
He's looking at me because I brought it up.
Yeah.
I had some friends
Yeah.
complain about it at the.
So, yeah,
Beach.
we're gonna blow off the current boardwalks and Moby mats and everything. So that's his job every day in the morning, to go beach to beach, blow everything off. So that's gonna be great.
I'm really glad to hear that, because
Yeah.
I got to a point, it was getting, toward the end of the season, and there
They
were
get
two,
flooded.
two
I know.
people up on the lifeguard chair, and I
Yeah.
thought, why can't we have one of
Yeah,
them
yeah,
sweep
sure.
it?
Yep,
So,
yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
So, yeah, we're gonna have a person, like I said, it's a dedicated person to that. He's gonna do that every morning. If need be, if it's a windy day, he could do it at the end of the day too. That's gonna be his job, as beach monitor, so.
does anyone have any comments or questions about that? No,
Answer them.
he answered them. He did. What else do we have? So we were wondering who was responsible for that,
Yep.
and you've answered our question.
Yep, yep.
Anything new that we can work in collaboration with you? I think that's my desire, that if something's going on, we can come and,
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really new. We're still gonna have, like I said, the Moby mats. We're gonna have our beach wheelchairs at every man beach. So if people get to the end of the Moby mat or the end of the boardwalk and wanna go in the water, we have beach wheelchairs that are able to go on the beach, and even if you wanna go in the water, you can. We have flotation devices on the side,
Yep.
so you can even go in the water. We're also just finishing up, we should have Sand Pond, by not this summer, but next summer. We'll have a new restroom there, and that'll complete all the restrooms at all the beach, all the personnel beaches in town, with ADA accessible restrooms.
How many of those wheelchairs would be available at each beach?
Sure. Red River Beach has 2. Pleasant Road, Earl Road, Long Pond, and Cahoon's Beach each have 1. But we also have more at the recreation center, at the community center. So what we do is, it doesn't come up too often, but once in a while it does come up, that people need, it's 2 are being used. Somebody, the lifeguard will call in and say, somebody needs a chair. We can get it there in 20 minutes. We have at least 3 more at the community center. So there's no, we haven't reached a point yet where we've ever had a situation where somebody needed one and we didn't have one to give them. So,
okay.
Yep.
What about the restrooms being opened? How late are they opened until?
They're open, so we staff the beaches through Labor Day, but they usually, it's all up to the highway department, because they do all the cleaning, it's through them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they typically keep them open through Columbus Day.
And what time, I guess I'm thinking more about what time of day.
So they're open,
I might be able to help on that.
Yeah, sure.
Because that came up with one of our discussions
Yep.
with the link, because they were, I don't have the answer to that specifically, but they were closing, I think, at 6.
Mhm.
And we asked, we being the board, asked if they would go back and find funding to keep them open until 8 or 9 later, because people are still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
So I don't know the outcome of that, but that was our request to find the resources to go a little later than 6, because there's still a lot of people walking there.
yep. And
So
like
I don't know the answer. but-
I was gonna say, as of last summer, it was till 6 o'clock every night at our.
It was, and I had made a special request because I had we were having a party at Red River Beach, a
Sure,
family
sure.
thing. So you sign a petition or whatever.
Where's she got?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
what ended up happening was, sure, and I had someone in a wheelchair who
Yep.
needed to get into that bathroom.
Sure.
And what ended up happening, darn thing was closed, as
I-
hard as
I
I
get
tried.
that,
And then
yeah.
I talked to the nicest woman in your office after it was all over to say, what
Yeah.
happened? And she said, she was upset too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
tried.
we don't have control, you know, we build the bathrooms and they're on our jurisdiction property, but we don't do any of the maintenance.
So it's the highway department,
They're in charge of the maintenance and the rest, yeah, yep.
because she had said they had hired a special team, an outside source
They
was,
did during COVID because.
Yes,
They
yep.
were
exactly.
concerned about, the spatial treatment, and Lincoln Gang didn't feel they had well, that was a tough time, supposed to have spatial training and all that stuff, which we didn't have. So that was hired out, but now we're going back more internal.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
more
okay.
now, yep.
That's
it's
good to
more-
know.
It's back to highway now, yep.
so highway is different than the DPW?
No, same.
No, same thing.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
It's okay, I
Thought
call
I'd
it
ask.
the dumps.
I do too, the landfill, the dump. Okay, thank you for coming.
Well, you know, every clock in my house is a different time.
Anyway, could you just introduce yourself, because we've all introduced ourselves by our, we're trying to be respectful.
As soon as I can
So
breathe.
say your voice, once you can breathe, yeah.
My name's Eileen Garrity.
Thanks, Eileen, for coming. Okay, yes, Donna.
Regarding closing at 6, 8, 9, whatever,
Mhm.
I mean, how are we informed that? Is it going to happen, or has it been, I know you said it's been suggested, but how do we know if it's been approved?
So before the season opens up, I'm gonna contact Highway Department and see what their plans are for opening. But it all depends on budgeting, what they have and what they can do with the budget.
I think I'm pretty confident they'll find a way to extend it a little later tonight.
Yeah, we're looking at, try to go like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, that's the goal,
Okay.
so.
Can you let us know?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know where to
Sure.
find me?
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
That'd be great. Any other questions for Eric? I really, really am delighted about these Moby mats. I hope
Yeah,
that we
no, I
can
think
get
it's
them
gonna be
down,
great.
though.
Yep, the more the better, that's the way I see it.
And the new hire with the leaf blower, he'll blow them off as well?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yep, every day.
I don't think it's until you're with someone who is wheelchair bound, how important they
And
are.
I totally understand, long time ago, 18 years ago, before I worked here, I worked at a place called Chip's House.
Mm.
It was adult living for brain injured adults in Centerville, Mass. And I was the activities director. So everybody there was in wheelchairs. So we constantly went to beaches. You know, they love to get coffee, go to the beach. So I totally understand. I'm very sensitive to the subject, so I'll do everything I can to make it as accessible and
Thank you.
good experience as possible.
And if something comes up, we'll contact you.
Yeah, you know where to find me.
And you're going to let us know about the time of closing of the
Sure. Yep,
restrooms at the
yep.
beach. Yeah, write that down.
Yep.
Because I don't want the same thing to happen next.
Restroom closes. Yep.
Can I ask one question of Eric?
Of course.
Eric, we've had some really good special event activities. How much you're involved with that?
What
Could you
kind
say
of?
Special Olympics?
Oh, Special Olympics,
The
yeah.
police were involved one time, they had the big,
Yep, so, that's run completely through the police department. So we haven't had a huge amount as far as the Special Olympics themselves that ran over at the schools. I've been a part of that.
Okay.
And we supply the equipment, things like that, staff, anybody they need, you know, personnel-wise, including myself. So, yeah, we'd be happy to do anything to help.
Well, I'm thinking this is great that we had you.
Absolutely.
But I want to
Yeah,
make sure
I'd be
that
happy
if
to
there's
come back
anybody on the
anytime.
committee, you would be. Wonderful.
Oh, absolutely,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yep,
Well, thank you for coming.
thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
it. Appreciate it. We'll get on with our meeting.
Eric, do you have a business card?
I don't have a business card, we just ordered new ones, but I will write down all my stuff for you.
Yeah, if you want.
Wonderful.
I just saw
So-
a sign for the polar plunge. No way.
Oh, yeah, I did that once.
No
One
way.
time's
Did
enough. One time-
Did you really,
Wow.
Alexa? Oh, my goodness, I've
one
never
time
done
I
that.
did it, yeah.
You gonna do that, Don?
I thought
No.
I could watch.
Not intentional.
I thought it was too cold to look.
Yeah.
If I don't go near the beach, then no, I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it. Okay.
This is my cell number and my email, and spread it to whoever you want.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
you.
Thanks for
Have a good one.
coming. Appreciate it.
See you later.
Okay, I don't know about anyone else, but when I walked into town hall today, I hit that little button and the door opened.
Oh,
And if you remember,
First
That
time
was
for
vi-
everything. It's the first time for everything.
there is. So on our agenda, we were going to hear from Megan Eldridge about the entry to town hall, because she was going to she put a sign up. I don't know if anyone noticed that.
And Megan, I shot down, she's in a meeting now, so.
Okay.
She's not gonna make it.
She's not. Okay, but the good news is it worked. Both of them did. And that's the first time since we
We
started,
set a low bar, don't we, for success?
well, yeah, since
how many
April.
requests was that? About 8 or 9?
And I mean,
I don't know if this comes under that, but there's still an issue at the community center.
Yeah.
okay, and I sent that to Sean Libby, and we'll get to that when, an issue. Okay, okay. All right, Donna, you're next up on our old business. Have anything to report? If you don't, because of whatever?
No,
we can-
I have some business. On my way to the store, before I went online, and I think I got every bit of information that we would want without going to the store.
Oh, okay.
Both Stop and Shop and Shaw's have specific areas for accessibility on their website. Shaw's gave an email address and a phone number and said they make every effort to answer any issues, questions, whatever, within 3 days of whatever. I didn't see that on Stop and Shop, but they did leave a number and a website as you can get in touch with them. In fact, Stop and Shop had a special section on their website that says accessibility. I mean, that was titled it. There's numbers on that. I mean, I didn't know how, I can give you the numbers, but they have lots of information under the sections of policies and practices on their website of what they do and don't do. Well, everything that they did, as far as I could see. By the way, Shaw's is known, rather than Shaw's or Star, whatever, its umbrella is Albertson, ALBERTONS.com, but it refers you to that place on the website.
Oh.
And they have the accessibility support information. And there's a number there, like I said, and they make every effort, I copied that down, to respond in 3 days. I was counting the handicap places at Shaw's, and I thought, well, what good is that until we get information about what's appropriate, what's the square footage of the store, so I didn't push for that till I knew we would need it for a specific purpose.
So who would we go to then to find out if Star Market / Shaw's or Stop and Shop are in compliance with what is required? Who do we go to?
Well, you go to the manager, but my memory of events are that, I bet you they're in compliance, because you have to have so many spots per store.
They were
The issue
cited
is-
in the website, too.
The issue we have had in the past is enforcement.
Okay.
And that goes to the police department,
Mhm.
and it's not their top priority, the police parking.
No, it's not.
But, you know, Don, you probably have the same information, but, so, and for a while, the penalty for parking there was so low, no one paid attention to it, because you got caught. We did convince, 2 years ago, we did raise the penalty, fine for that. But still, it's a, you know, police are really busy, so that's not their top priorities. I think that's more the issue than actually how many
Okay.
places they have. Alexa, I'm sorry, yeah.
Cory did, site access for accessibility, for COVID, for some of the Stop and Shops and Shaw's on the Cape. Do you want me to bring that information in next time?
Yeah.
But we did like a site access survey for accessibility, different Stop and Shops and Shaw's on the Cape, so my director has that, so I will bring that in next time. Because I mean, that'd be good for you to see in terms of accessibility and what we found. And afterwards, we just gave it to the manager and just said, this is just a helpful tool for you, not to file a complaint or anything, but just so you guys are on the same page with ADA rights. But I will get that to you.
Maybe you could tell the committee what CORD is, and that's who you work for, right?
Yeah, so I work for CORD. I've been an independent living advocate there for a year, about 4 months. CORD stands for Cape Organization of Rights of Disabled. We serve all clients, all ages, all income, and all disability, and our services that we provide are free. We provide we don't provide direct housing, but we assist with clients with disabilities try to access housing, saving social security if they need some benefits. A lot of information, referral, and as I was telling Mary Ann, will help with clients in regarding insurance issues depending on what the situation is. But I like it. I've been there, like I said, over a year, and I meet with all sorts of different people, and it's I learn all sorts of different things with people every day. So it's definitely an eye opener for me for sure. Keeps me on my toes.
Well, you'll be valuable to us, and here, your first meeting, and
Yeah,
we're
but
gonna have you check all that out.
That's part of what we do besides the direct client services. We'll also do community outreach for, as I was saying to Mary Ann, the site access, accessibility for COVID. And then we would make sure that all the pharmacies was accessible. If someone could not get in person or online, there's a phone number for them to reach. Yeah, but I will get that report to you. I think that would be useful for this tactic that you guys are trying to complete with the stores.
Thank you. Cool. Okay, Sean Libby. Unbeknownst to me, I emailed Sean quite a few times, and I hadn't heard from him, so I emailed him again last night. And this is what he has said to us. I was hoping to get each one of the handicap sign requests that you had put together. I was hoping to get each one with specific requirements rather than referring to the spreadsheet. This way, a work order could be produced without flipping through the spreadsheet to figure out what was needed. As for the signs, the height of the signs, I think it would be better for you to give me a call when you have a moment to discuss it. So I got this at 8:30 this morning, and I work in the morning, so if it's okay with all of you, can we let me make that phone call and get answers? And I'll table that for today, and we'll get some, firm answers for our April meeting.
Absolutely.
Is that okay with everyone?
Total size for each one, because they're all different. Men's room, men's and ladies' room, and then this room, they're all different sizes. And
The signs are
Yes.
different,
physical size of them.
because there is a requirement
Yes.
for what height they have to be at.
And then
Tactile.
braille. I see a lot of the new ones have braille on them, so,
Okay, so they're all different sizes.
yep.
Okay,
At least I've just wandered around looking.
okay,
Are they all supposed to be the same size?
I don't know.
Is that-
yeah.
oh,
There's probably a standard for it, I don't know.
Yes.
But that's why I stopped doing anything with it, because it doesn't really good to look up signs by size if you don't know the size
Okay, we need
that it's
size.
supposed to be. And by the way, the best price was Amazon.
because
By
some-
far.
that's-
Really? I hate giving them business, but,
Plymouth,
Some of the signs are.
Plymouth sign is one of the big ones down here, and they're on Amazon.
okay.
So,
Would you mind if I had you and Sean have a conversation about it?
no.
That'd be great,
Oh.
because you seem to, okay. Thank you. Okay, I have made hard copies of the attachment that Carla Burke sent to us, and I think that we should review it. First of all, she was very clear that it was not, even though it was approved by the selectmen, it was not, this is not on the website,
Yeah,
so.
that's what I don't understand. Where does it get dropped?
I have no idea.
I know, but that's the question I'm asking for our group to follow through on these, whatever we come up
Oh,
with.
you have copies, okay. So that's the first one. Here's the second one. So I'd really like to make sure this is in the minutes that we're reviewing this, because this is gonna take a few minutes. That's the first, second.
Take your minutes.
Yeah. I have one more. Oh, this one. Okay. I know this is a little boring, but I think I'd like us all to read it together, and if there's any comments or changes, and then let's get going and have this, make sure it's on the website. Do you all agree?
Absolutely.
Okay. Should we read it out loud? No? Okay, so let's all, is that a no?
Yeah, I don't think it-
Okay. I've read it over, I mean,
Mhm.
Donna, did you say you had looked at this and saw a few changes, or did I misunderstand you?
Not in respect to these, because this was done, I thought, in 2012 or 2.
Yeah,
And not being on the website, I thought it had no meaning. I mean, to
yeah.
to
So we've got
make bandages or whatever.
right, so, I mean, if we all agree with this and the way it's written, we need to get it on the website.
Aren't the people who work downstairs wouldn't that be, part of what they do, like scanning into the website and stuff?
How do we do this, Larry, to get this on the
Well,
website?
let me,
Help!
Let me suggest to you that our website isn't the best in the world. And,
Get that in the notes.
but I'm optimistic, because we have a new IT director now, who's much
God.
more knowledgeable about the
Ooh.
websites.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
And so I'm real confident, I'm very confident that she'll put this on and bring it up to speed. She's looking, how to better format the website. She's been here about, boy, time flies, I guess 2 or 3 months.
oh, okay.
And the same discussion came up just a couple days ago with the treasure chest, because they wanted more. And I emailed the chair of the treasure chest, the IT director's email address and phone number, and then we're gonna get in contact with her, be sure the information's on. So let me email her, her address and stuff. so
If
can
you
get
could,
that.
I would really,
'Cause
I'm happy to take this on.
I think we're in much better shape than we were a while ago, because we have someone who knows websites.
Right, in any other town on the Cape, I mean, we should be ashamed.
Well,
I don't care what town you pick,
right.
as far as
So,
websites.
does she have a name? He have a name?
Let me,
His IT
I
director?
don't remember. I just sent it, so give me a,
Okay.
but let me email it to you, I forget, she's downstairs next, in the office when you come
Oh,
in the door, I mean, first right, I think.
Let's,
At least that's where Foster was, I assume she's still there.
okay.
I've got,
But you don't know her name. All right, I'll go track her
and
down.
I'll send information to you as well.
You will.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but I don't disagree with you, Donna, but it's, but I think we're going the right direction.
I'm pleased to hear that.
Where are we now?
does this committee have a Facebook page?
Uh,
Not that I know of.
No.
I'm looking at Larry, I don't think so. Do we
As
want
far
one?
as I know, we have no town committee that has a Facebook page. And it makes us nervous because I don't understand the legal aspects of that, but it makes us, there's liability issues and stuff going on that you got to go up on pay grade, but we haven't, we have, no committee has a Facebook page.
Okay, did anybody look over that form that Lynn Boudel put together? I had it right here, and of course now I can't find it. You know what I'm talking about?
This one?
No, that's part of what,
What was the name of it again, you said?
it was, got mud on my face right now, I had it right here. Just give me a second, I'll find it. There it is, it was a draft, and it looks like this. And it was the Harwich Accessibility Rights Committee, details of concern regarding an
Oh.
accessibility issue. And it looks like this, and my comment was that we didn't have a date on it. And actually, Megan was going to look into this, and we would need approval from the Board of Selectmen if we were going to continue
I'm
with
sure.
this, and then get it again on the website. So unfortunately,
Larry hasn't done anything about it.
But I'm sorry. You called me to play with my iPhone, which I was accusing Don of playing before. But I just emailed you, Mary Ann, the IT director's
Great.
information.
okay,
And it's Sarah Eaton,
Sarah Eaton, okay.
E-A-T-O-N. And I just emailed you her email address and phone number.
Thank you very much. Sarah.
What was I supposed to do? I didn't do?
Well, actually, it was Megan. Lynn Boudel put this form together,
Oh, yeah.
and the only comment I had
Date.
was it didn't have the date on it, but other than that, we, as a committee, said we probably all agreed with it, and we needed to get approval for it.
Yeah.
So Megan was going to look into that, so,
Email it to me again, and I'll ask Mike to put it on the agenda for the next step.
got it. Okay? Wow, I thought we would be here for a very, very long time today because I thought we were going to go word for word over this, but it seems that everybody is in agreement that we need to talk to the new IT person, and get it on the website.
Right, that was my only issue. I thought, things were appropriate, but I couldn't understand why they weren't on the website.
Right. So this is wonderful to hear that there's somebody new.
I
who
know.
can move forward with it, and then,
I have one other comment, Mary Ann, it may be, I don't know if you want this, but some of the committees have, you can create on the website, a contact email. And you might want to look into that with IT, a HARC address, so that, of course, if you do that, then someone has to be committed to review so that's probably an agenda item for next time. It's not just putting it on, if you're gonna do it, then you have to be sure someone's watching it to respond
Yeah.
to it.
and this would be on the website.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a different topic, but because it's
It
not
is-
just putting it on, it's having the, commitment to keep track of it.
and we did have a resident who, I don't know if it's have a problem, but, somehow they found me,
Yeah.
and
Aren't you lucky?
and you were very, 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 very professional and plain old nice about how to handle that, so thank you again.
That's good.
And I hope with you leaving, we will be assigned someone from the
Oh,
select
you will
board.
be,
Okay,
yeah, certainly will be.
because as the chair, I just don't want all that responsibility and perhaps saying the wrong thing to the wrong resident. Or the
It's
right thing,
also-
or the
it's
right
al-
thing.
It's also good to have somebody that knows the inner workings of the building here, not necessarily the structure, but who goes where and how to get to that person or get it to the right place. That's good.
No, you'll be coming.
We hope.
We will miss you, Larry. I've already asked him if he wanted to be on
I
the
know.
committee.
What can we do for your campaign?
When are you leaving?
Well, I'll be down the day after the election.
Ah,
Yeah, very clear, when the new person's voted in
wow.
and voted out.
Wow.
Mary Ann, I have a question. When we were talking about the Moby mats.
Moby mats?
When I was down at the beach, those walkways are still buried under like 5 inches of sand. And so at the same time, if they're gonna be doing stuff down there, they should be resetting those things so people can walk on them safely. You can't even see them.
Well, I don't know if you were here when Eric, no, yeah, because it's really, really good news. The town has hired someone to go to every beach with a leaf blower.
Every day.
Every day.
Oh, my.
And
Wow.
That's your new job, Larry?
Not to brag, I'll do it well.
yeah, anyway.
Oh,
So
that's
that
good
was
to know.
really
I
good
didn't- yeah.
news. But
I haven't been able to be.
Donna
there.
talked about also, which when I talked to Sean Libby, that there's still an issue at the community center about the doors. Can you tell me, be more specific? Is it,
Yes, I can, about the door, only because, what's the name of the person that runs the community center? I forget her.
Carrie.
Yes,
what's her name?
Okay.
Carol?
Carolyn.
Carol and Carrie.
Carrie.
So I was over there one day, and she had heard I was on this board, and she said, how's the board going? I had only been to the one meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, good. I said, but I might have to report you to about that front door.
Oh,
That
the front
Does
door.
it close right? And she said, oh, that's already taken care of? Sean Libby knows all about it. But what they do that, when the door's not working, she doesn't want people not to be able to get in. So she leaves the door open. I mean, how much heat is that going out?
Wow.
So she's aware of it. It needed a part. He's ordered the part. It's come
Okay.
in, and now it's just waiting for him to do it.
Okay, good.
This the front doors on the community center.
Okay. And Eileen, I still am not clear where the door is that's not working, where you say somebody got caught in between. So
it's
where
on.
is that?
Well, I don't know north, south, east, and west. So it's when, it's not the front door, but it's when you get down by COA.
Yeah,
It's
that
that
would
one.
be on the left as you
Yeah.
go in.
Face the building.
Okay. Those doors are not working either.
Well, they work, but they sometimes trap people in between, and it's frightening for folks with walkers and such when they're trying to get it.
Okay.
And sometimes they just get stuck, and or they don't open, or they close before the person can get into the safer space. So they really have to do something, and I think Sean has tried to fix that before. They probably have to be replaced, the doors, because it's an airlock kind of a thing.
Okay.
Would that be a Sean,
Libby,
That would be a
Job
Sean
to-
Libby thing.
you know, it's about that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As I've said to you in a few communications through emails, Carla Burke would like to come and speak to us. And she works at the library, and
Oh.
she's visually impaired, and was on this committee. And I wondered, was she on this committee with you, Don?
Nobody but Larry was on this committee with me.
Yeah, no, but when I first got involved, she was the chair of this committee for some time.
Oh, gee.
And so she's also been, do you know her, Alexis? Because she's been involved with Barnstable accessibility rights committees and very active on the Cape entirely.
Yeah, I've never heard that name.
And she
Been
said, now
very-
she works part-time at the library. She set up the visually impaired
Yeah.
computer systems. And she's really always been my go-to person because she understands the laws. She's involved with the county.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't convince her to join this committee because she's so busy at the library.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pleased that she volunteered to come in and talk to us. She'll be a great resource.
So she will be coming in April. And
Okay.
she also, in one of her emails, sent me information about a 2-day training. You all should have received it.
Oh, I saw that.
It's called CAM, C-A-M.
Yeah. I'm busy those days. I
Yeah.
did want to participate, but it
Uh-huh.
doesn't work.
I want to make sure you all received all my, I know I emailed you a lot this month.
Speaking of Carla, why did the name of our committee switch to, the name switched? It seems to me they do the same thing, but they have different names.
Well, I don't know the entire reason for that. Don, were you involved with the name switch? I forget who pressed that, but I'm not real fond of name changes by and large.
Right.
But this one makes sense to me, because accessibility, ADA, accessibility, what's ADA stand for now? Disability
American
Rights Committee.
Disability,
American
yeah.
Disability Rights Committee. I actually like the moving to Harwich, Accessibility Rights Committee, because when I look at it, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be sure that everything's accessible to everyone. So it emphasizes that part more than the disability aspect. But I forget why that came to us. But someone proposed it at one of our meetings, and the committee at the time said, well, that makes sense. You know, it emphasizes really what we're trying to do better, so that was. But you're right, it confuses people, because we talk HARC and everything, well, ADA means a lot more to people, because that's the laws we're still under, is ADA. But, so maybe that's something you need to discuss.
We can
Maybe that's
ask.
a committee, that's up to you guys, what you call it. Call yourself, but that was my memory of it.
Okay. She also emailed me again recently, asking for an outline of what we would like her to talk about. And I just want to hear what she has to say about, I really don't, I really don't know if I can give her an outline. So just put your thinking caps on and.
Did she suggest what she was going to say here, or?
She asked if she could come and talk to us, and I said, absolutely. You seem to have a lot of
Oh, it
information.
was just
And
an
then
open-ended?
she attached these forms, which, and that's how I found out about, not only about the forms, but that they weren't on the website. So between now and next meeting, hopefully, we can really move this forward. And Larry's going to find out about that form that Lynn Boudel drafted. So,
You probably have a lot of ideas. I think one thing she could bring to your committee is a review of what other towns on the Cape are doing. She's been wired in
oh,
from a Cape Cod perspective and what, a lot of different activities. So it might be interesting. And she can also give us a history of what how they come in compliance in the library. We can talk about past activity here and what the county's doing. She's been involved in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Do we have anything else? Anyone? Don? Donna?
No,
Eileen?
I can't think of anything at the moment. Yeah.
Alexa, do you have any questions? And thank you for joining us.
Of course, but, not at this moment, I'm just looking at the meeting. God, I'm just looking at the name Carla Burke, just trying to figure that out.
Well, you'll find out next month, rather.
Yeah.
Is there a plan that you know of about doing some of the stuff that falls under, Sean Libby's area? There was, when in reading through the
I was
old,
actually gonna ask you guys, because I don't know, I know that the, last time we spent going through the budget items, the articles,
yeah,
and there is, for catching up on ADA activities, $112,000. I didn't get, we didn't go in a lot of details what that was involved in that, so I don't know whether that's a request that comes through.
oh, okay.
Sean to pick up some stuff?
Well, there was a whole, I remember at the beginning of when I started just being part of this group, there was some things that were documented that Sean or the construction people had proposed to do, because some of the initial accommodations for, sidewalks and the like, that some of that material has deteriorated. And so there was some effort to, or Sean, excuse me, Sean had talked about that, repairing some of that stuff that had been
My-
falling apart or didn't be.
My guess is that's an easy phone call. We're gonna talk to Sean anyway.
I'm going to talk to him anyway, so I
ask
just
him
wrote
what-
that down.
What he, because he's probably put that in there.
Yeah,
And no
I'm
one's
sure
really
he
counting
did.
it, because we know we need to do ADA activities. But
Yes.
and we weren't talking about putting the articles in, but we didn't get into the details of it money last night. We'll do it next time. Any case, it was in there.
Yeah,
there's
so,
some money devoted to it.
yeah.
so I'll ask him that in addition to talking to him about the signage, the sizes, and I just couldn't get it done.
My fear is they're different sizes. That's what they got cheap at the time.
Well, they have, I read an article about what has to be on the signs and what height they're posted and that
Mhm.
stuff, so,
And those were two of the things that we
Yeah.
were,
yeah.
and we have the money to do that, so I'd
Yeah.
like to get moving on it.
Yeah, I mean, you wanna see some sort of accomplishment of, particularly for that, curbs and walkways and whatever happened to that, when Sean was here, I think it was him, that they were going to do the sidewalk from, somewhere around where Dunkin' Donuts is or something or other down past Saquatucket. Has that been tabled now? It was supposed to be
No,
gonna put them.
that's still in the plan. They're supposed to start this spring, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, all right.
Okay,
Yeah, we had a
Well-
private contribution of $250,000 for that, and and then it got approved by the state and
Oh, that's good.
their road fund. So I think
Uh-huh.
the design's been approved, and I think it's
Oh,
supposed to
really?
start this spring.
so that would be the sidewalk down
From
to
Harwich to Saquatucket.
Saquatucket.
Yeah.
That will be fabulous. Finally, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
The only other thing that I thought about is that, some of the construction that they're doing and, it's not the cultural center or something,
Brooks?
are they? Yeah,
Academy.
is that the town stuff, or is that an independent,
Town.
oh, okay.
What are they doing there, Larry? They obviously have lifted it. They're putting in a whole new foundation?
They're putting it in a basement. The initial proposal was a new foundation because the foundation was crumbling. And so we wanted to protect that building, it's an important building in town. And then when Dave Spitz was one of the leaders of that, when they got into it more, it was more money, but, basements are kind of cheap money when you do all this work, and they really wanted more space to store for archives and to store a lot of stuff they have no room for, and use the upstore. In any case, so they're putting a basement in there now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it is expensive, it's $1 million some dollars, so it's not a cheap project to do.
Because they had to raise the whole
But they were
building.
gonna have to replace the foundation anyway, or the building was gonna fall down.
Yeah,
And so that is, it cost money, but it made sense to then put the basement in, because they needed the room.
Thank you. Okay, I'd like to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Second? Oh,
Okay, so the meeting is adjourned
Took a
at
while to get down here.
1:55. And we have I made the motion, and McGaskill, second. So thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for